you ever stood beneath the vast night sky, all awash with twinkling stars, and felt an intimate connection to something far greater than yourself? That feeling is your soul's recognition of the divine mind, an infinite reservoir of wisdom and creativity. It is said, we are not human beings having a spiritual experience. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. Pierre Teilhard de Chardin. Today, we will navigate the depths of this divine consciousness, often referred to as the mind of God. We will explore how you can access this universal wisdom and tap into its infinite potential. It is fascinating to note that the concept of divine wisdom, or accessing the mind of God, is not exclusive to one or two faiths, but is a ubiquitous theme that traverses religions and spiritual traditions worldwide. For instance, in Christianity, divine wisdom is often equated with the Holy Spirit, guiding believers towards truth and righteousness. In Buddhism, it is through the practice of meditation and mindfulness that one can attain enlightenment, essentially tapping into the infinite wisdom of the universe. Similarly, the Hindu scriptures discuss the concept of Brahman, the ultimate reality or divine consciousness that one can realize through self-discipline and spiritual practices. From a philosophical standpoint, great thinkers such as Plato and Aristotle have deliberated over universal truths. Plato believed in the existence of absolute truth, independent of human perception, accessible through reason and philosophical inquiry. On the other hand, Aristotle argued for empiricism, stating that knowledge and truth arise from sensory experience. In the realm of science, the quest to understand the fundamental laws governing the universe is relentless. Physicists refer to the elusive theory of everything, a single, all-encompassing, coherent theoretical framework of physics, as knowing the mind of God. Scientists like Albert Einstein and Stephen Hawking have spent their lives exploring these cosmic truths, aiming to decipher the divine code, if you will, that dictates the workings of our universe. But what does it truly mean to access the mind of God? Is it a literal interpretation, as in attaining omniscience and omnipotence? Or is it a metaphorical understanding, representing an enlightened state of consciousness where one is in tune with divine guidance and wisdom? To answer this question, we must first consider the concept of God itself. In most religious and spiritual traditions, God is described as a supreme being, an all-powerful creator of the universe. Yet, in many belief systems, God is also considered to be beyond human comprehension, infinite, mysterious, and transcendent. From this line of thought, it can be argued that the mind of God is not something to be accessed or understood fully by mere mortals. However, this does not mean that we cannot tap into our own personal connection with the divine and gain insights and wisdom from it. The mind of God is often associated with higher consciousness, a state of awareness beyond the limitations of our physical reality. It is believed that by quieting our minds and opening ourselves to divine guidance, we can access this higher consciousness and gain a deeper understanding of the universe. So how can we tap into this higher consciousness and access the mind of God? There are various techniques and practices that have been used throughout history by spiritual seekers and mystics to achieve this state. Prayer and contemplation are ancient practices that help us to transcend our mundane concerns and commune with a higher power. Prayer, in its many forms across different religions, serves as a direct line of communication with the divine, offering a way to express gratitude, seek guidance, or request assistance. Contemplation, on the other hand, is a quiet, introspective practice that allows us to listen to the divine messages that often get drowned in the noise of our daily lives. It's like tuning into a divine frequency beyond the chatter of mundane existence. Almost all religious traditions have their own sacred texts, be it the Bible, the Quran, the Torah, the Vedas, and many others. These texts serve as a repository of divine wisdom, providing guidelines for moral conduct and offering insights into life's fundamental questions. Studying these texts is not just a matter of intellectual exercise, it's a spiritual undertaking. It's about immersing oneself in the divine wisdom and allowing it to shape our understanding of the universe. As the Persian poet Rumi once said, "The quieter you become, the more you can hear." This quietude is what the study of sacred texts often encourages, enabling us to hear the whispers of divine wisdom. Spiritual and mystical practices. Meditation is often perceived as the gateway to the divine mind. It is a practice that involves focusing the mind, usually on a specific object, thought, or activity, to achieve mental clarity and emotional tranquility. Mindfulness, on the other hand, is all about being fully engaged in the present moment without judgment. These practices allow us to quieten the incessant chatter of the mind, and in the silence, we might just find ourselves in touch with the divine consciousness. As a metaphor, consider a lake. When the surface is calm, it reflects the sky above it perfectly. The waves and ripples of thoughts distort this reflection. But when the mind is still, through meditation and mindfulness, the mind of God can be reflected in us. Entheogens, substances that induce spiritual or mystical experiences, have been used by many cultures as a means to access the divine. These plants, such as ayahuasca, peyote, and psilocybin mushrooms, are said to bring about an altered state of consciousness where one can experience a profound connection with the divine. However, it's crucial to underscore that these potent substances should be used responsibly, under the guidance of skilled practitioners and with a clear intention of spiritual growth. Through these practices, we are not merely exploring an altered state of reality, but in essence, we are attempting to gain access to the divine mind. As Aldous Huxley famously said, "The doors of perception were cleansed. Everything would appear to man as it is, infinite." Entheogens and altered states are like keys that can unlock these doors of perception, providing glimpses of the divine. Intellectual and philosophical pursuit. Philosophical inquiry and reflection is a method of seeking truth and understanding through rigorous questioning and deep contemplation. It is a journey that takes us beyond the surface into the very essence of existence, reality, and consciousness. Through philosophical inquiry, we can explore the fundamental questions of life, such as the nature of the mind, the meaning of life, and the essence of morality. An unexamined life is not worth living. By practicing philosophical reflection, we can examine our lives, our beliefs, and our perceptions, leading us closer to the mind of God. Scientific exploration and discovery, on the other hand, is a structured approach to unveiling the secrets of the universe. It is through the meticulous process of hypothesis, experimentation, and analysis that we have been able to understand the laws of physics, the complexity of biology, and the vast expanse of cosmology. The pursuit of science is not contrary to the pursuit of the divine. As Albert Einstein famously stated, "Science without religion is lame. Religion without science is blind."